This video is brought to you by SoccerPro.com, bringing you all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices with no membership fees. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order of $75 or more. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you this week's Question of the Week video. If you're not familiar with how this series works, basically you guys can leave any soccer shoe or soccer equipment related question down below in the comments, however specific or however general it might be, and whatever question I see being asked the most, or a question that I personally find is worth answering, I will pick to answer in next week's Question of the Week video. So be sure to leave your questions down below in the comments. The series can't happen unless you guys leave some questions, and if you could support the series with a like on the video as well, it would be greatly appreciated. As far as this week's question goes, it's kind of like a two-part question. The first part is, how long should my soccer shoes last? Football boots, whatever you want to call them. I know you guys like to argue about what I call it. In North America, it's called soccer. Everywhere else, it's called football. I realize that. If you say football in North America, they understand American football and not soccer. So we say soccer, so just let's get that straight. No arguing about that anymore in my videos. It drives me absolutely crazy. And then the second part to that question, so first part, how long should my soccer shoes last? Second part, how can I make my soccer shoes last a little bit longer? So if you guys want to stick around, watch the entire video, you'll most likely learn a little bit about soccer shoes and durability, and hopefully be able to choose your next pair a little bit more wisely in order to get the longest lifespan out of your soccer shoes. So just like I said, watch the entire video, listen to what I'm saying. If you do have any questions as far as clarification goes, again, just feel free to leave a comment down below and I'll get an answer out to you. As far as deciding or determining the lifespan of a soccer shoe, this is a question I get all the time. For example, I want to buy a brand new pair of Nike Mercurial Vapor 9s. I play this many times a week for this many hours, and I play on this type of playing surface and this type of playing surface. It generally rains this many times a week. I'm this type of player. I do this type of thing a lot. How long am I going to get out of my shoes? How long can I expect them to last? There is nobody on the planet who can answer that question, unless you're a psychic, I guess. That you can be as specific as you want, give me all the details, give anybody all the details, and they cannot guess how long your soccer shoes are going to last. There's so many different variables. Even I gave you all those details. There's even more variables that could happen with your soccer shoes that are going to determine the lifespan of them. So hopefully I'm going to answer that in this video for you guys. The first thing that I want to get straight right off the bat is that nothing lasts forever. I don't care if you're talking about soccer shoes or cars or computers, whatever you want to talk about, nothing in this world lasts forever. So once you start wearing these things, every time you wear them, they're getting closer and closer to being broken. So just keep that in mind. Don't buy these shoes with the expectation that they're going to last you for the rest of your life, because that's just an impossibility. The first major misconception that a lot of people have with soccer shoes, and a lot of you guys might be angry with me on this, but price doesn't mean higher prices don't necessarily mean that you're going to get a more durable soccer shoe. A high-end soccer shoe nowadays, if you're buying a current model anyways, ranges from like $120 all the way up to $300 plus, depending on the model. And when people are buying these $200, $250 soccer shoes, they're expecting them to last a long time. But that's not always the case. The reason why you're paying higher prices for these soccer shoes is, one, because the companies can. People are willing to pay that much for a pair of soccer shoes. And two, they're using more premium materials. They fit better. They're lightweight. They offer some exotic material, thin materials, cool synthetics, all kinds of new technologies. And again, people are under the impression that they're going to last forever, and that's just not the case. Sometimes the best performing material is not the most durable material. And when I say sometimes, I would actually argue that most of the time the best performing material is not the most durable material. A very good example is the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9, like I have here. This is a very thin upper on this shoe, and while it's still too new to call out any kind of problems with durability, because I don't think there is going to be any, this is definitely not the most durable material that Nike could have used on this shoe. If you compare it to a shoe like the Copa Mundial, you can't expect the Nike Mercurial Vapor 9 that weighs in somewhere like 6.8 ounces to last as long as a pair of Copa Mundials that weighs in somewhere at 12 ounces. It's just an impossibility. It's something that you can't expect. You can't anticipate that shoe lasting as long as this one. Again, because the build quality and the materials used is completely different. The construction is different. Everything about them is different. So just realize that. This also kind of leads into the next thing I want to talk about is in lightweight. Lighter shoes generally mean that the shoe is going to be less durable than a shoe that weighs a little bit more. I have 4 shoes laid out on the table in front of me. Like I said, the MV9, the Adidas F50 Adizero My Coach 2 in leather, the Puma Powercat 112, and of course, like I said, the Adidas Copa Mundial. These two shoes on the left are going to be in that sub 7 ounce category, or the ultra lightweights if you want to call them that. And then the 2 shoes on the right are going to be, they weigh a little bit more than most shoes currently out there on the market. The Powercat weighs in there somewhere around 10.8, I want to believe, close to that 11 ounce mark, whereas the Copa Mundial weighs in at that 12 ounce mark, which is kind of like the heaviest shoe on the market, if you will, even though 12 ounces is not necessarily a heavy shoe. And again, you can't expect these 2 shoes to last as long as these 2 shoes. And again, I'm not calling out durability issues with these 2 models. You just can't expect a light shoe like that to last as long as this. In order to achieve such a light weight, everything has to be scaled down. Materials have to be thinned out. You can see how low profile the sole plate is on here. All of the seams are exposed, so it's not really a surprise to me when the sole separates quicker than it would on, let's say, a pair of Puma Powercats. The construction is not the same. The materials are not the same. Something has to be taken out of the shoe in order to achieve such light weight. So again, just keep that in mind. When you're buying these shoes and you're buying a lightweight model, don't expect them to last forever. If you really want to get a long life out of your shoe, look for something that has a little bit more bulk to it, because that's just how it goes. Like I said, the best performing or the best feeling material isn't necessarily the most durable. So if you want that barefoot feel and you're buying a barefoot feeling soccer shoe that's designed to be nice and lightweight, has a super thin upper, really, really low profile, you can't expect it to last as long as something like this that is perhaps a little bit more bulky, a lot thicker material, a lot more solid construction. Okay, so that kind of takes care of how long should my soccer shoes last and why your soccer shoes don't last so long. Except the last thing I want to talk about here is playing surfaces and playing conditions, because all of these shoes are designed for different types of playing surfaces. That's why we have firm ground, soft ground, all these kinds of different surfaces. AG now. I made a video on this not too long ago, question of the week. I'll leave an annotation on screen if you want to check that out. But when these shoes are tested for durability, they're tested on the playing surface that they were designed to be used on. So all of the models I have here are firm ground shoes. As you guys can see, they have the molded plastic studs. And firm ground shoes are designed to be used on firm natural grass playing surfaces, and that's where they're going to be the most durable. When there's AG fields or artificial grass fields popping up all over the place like they are nowadays, a lot of people are using these firm ground stud patterns on those artificial grass fields, and I've explained why it's bad to wear them on that type of playing surface. Again, I'll leave an annotation on screen to the video where I kind of explain that, why it's bad to wear them. Basically, artificial grass is very, very abrasive, and when you wear a stud pattern like a firm ground stud pattern on there, it becomes very clingy. And because it's so clingy, it puts a lot of extra stress on your shoes that wouldn't normally be there if you were playing on natural grass, which kind of puts high stress points on all of the seams on your shoe where the sole attaches to the upper, which is why you generally have premature sole separation when wearing firm ground shoes on artificial grass, not to mention the safety reasons. I'm not going to go into it, but you don't want to wear AG on you don't want to wear firm ground stud patterns on artificial grass, period. So if you're wearing the right type of stud pattern on the right type of playing surface, that's where you're going to get the most durability out of your soccer shoe. Okay, now on to the next part of the question, which is how to make my shoes last longer. The first thing that I can really recommend to you guys is having more than one single pair. I realize that not everybody has the budget to kind of spend a lot of money on a pair of soccer shoes. A lot of people like to splurge on one single expensive pair and expect those to last the entire season. And again, the Vapor 9, the Adizero, they're very popular choices for that one single pair. But like I said, when you're playing 3, 4, 5 times a week and you only have one pair of soccer shoes, that's like beating down on that shoe over and over again for the entire week. You can't expect them to last all that long. So whether it be budgeting, a budgeting issue where you just kind of settle for something a little bit lower end, or even the super deal section on my website, guys, soccerreviewsforyou.com. I go through that on a daily basis and kind of put all the best deals that I can find online, whether it be an older high-end model that you can get for a really great price. Again, go ahead and check out that super deal section. I'll leave a direct link down below in the description. Lots of great deals there. So like I said, getting multiple pairs, give some shoes a break, have a pair of practice shoes, have a pair of game shoes. You're really going to extend the life of not only one pair, but now 2 pairs of soccer shoes. So like I said, if you're trying to get the longest life out of your shoes, having multiple pairs is one of those things that's really, really going to help. The second thing is wear the right stud type. Like I said, if you're wearing firm ground on artificial grass, you can't expect your shoes to last too long. If you're playing on artificial grass regularly, the best thing to do is buy an artificial grass stud pattern. And the last thing is take care of your shoes, guys. It's really a maintenance thing. If you're wearing your shoes for 2 hours, they're all wet and muddy, and you throw them in your soccer bag, and the next time they see daylight is at the next soccer practice and they're still all wet and muddy, again, you can't expect them to last all that long. If you're buying leather shoes, for example, they require a little bit of maintenance. Try and keep them clean. Synthetics aren't necessarily all that bad. As far as maintenance goes, they tend to dry pretty quickly. But again, it's still not good to play in wet soccer shoes. When the material is wet, it's a lot more vulnerable. It tends to stretch a little bit more, and that's where you're going to have your failures in sole separation, which again is the more commonly seen kind of durability issue, if you want to call it that. And again, when your shoes break, it's not necessarily a durability issue. It's not the company's fault, unless there is a real manufacturer's defect where 9 out of 10 pairs are having the exact same problem. Then you can call it a durability issue. But if something goes wrong to your shoes after a decent amount of time, that's not a durability issue. That's just called wear and tear. But that's pretty much it as far as this video goes. I hope I answered all of your questions. Sorry if it was a little bit rambly, but I tried to get in all the details there. So like I said, guys, if you could leave a like on the video, it would be greatly appreciated. And if you do have any questions for next question of the week, just leave a comment down below. If you want any clarification for this video, again, leave me a question. I'll get an answer out to you. If you're not subscribed to the channel already and you would like to be subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button for daily videos on all the latest soccer gear, unboxings, question of the week, reviews, some free kicks, some comparison videos, all kinds of crazy soccer stuff happens on this channel, so be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, I have that now. My account name is VujoJosh, just like this channel. You can go ahead and look me up, or again, the link will be down below in the description. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, thanks for watching.